Fired FBI Director James Comey heading back to Capitol Hill later today. Our next guest will be in the room behind a closed door when the former FBI director testifies in round two. So what are they hoping to hear? House Judiciary Committee member Congressman Jim Jordan joins us right now, as you can see from Statuary Hall. Congressman, what's the #1 topic you want to talk to the former FBI director about?
Well, I think, first of all, we hope he actually answers some questions today. You know, last time 245 times he said he didn't know, couldn't remember. So we hope he answers more questions. I think I'm going to ask him about the Comey memos. You know, he did 7 different memos back when he was meeting with the president, meeting with the chief of staff. So I'm going to ask him questions about those things he wrote in there. I mean, well, think about Jim Comey, though. I think this is important to understand. For him, it's all about Jim Comey. And he thinks the rules don't apply to him. You can just go to last week, where he said he got away with not following the rules when they interviewed Mike Flynn, got away with not actually allowing Mike Flynn to have, I think, his constitutional rights when the FBI interviewed him. And there's a host of other things that he did that just weren't consistent with how you're supposed to do things,
right,
all the way back to when he took the decision away from Attorney General Lynch and made it himself on the Clinton investigation. So all those things, plus I think some specifics in the Comey memos, is where I think I'll focus.
Well, you know, when he came out after 7 hours in front of you guys last week, he said, they're still asking me about Hillary Clinton's emails. I guess in his mind, that subject is closed, and he was right not to recommend going after her.
Well, I think it, you know, we're more focused on the Russia investigation. I certainly am, but you have to look at the contrast, how he handled one versus the other. Think about this fundamental thing. Remember, he called the Clinton investigation a matter. And yet 7 different times in the Comey memos, when he's talking about President Trump and his interactions with the president, he references the fact that President Trump wasn't under investigation, and he wouldn't say that, though. He allowed the country to think that he was. So in one situation, Clinton is under investigation. He calls it a matter. In another situation, President Trump isn't under investigation, but he allows the country to believe that he is. So this again, it's all about Jim Comey, and I think he mishandled both investigations all the way through.
You know, there's also a question up on Capitol Hill whether or not the room you're in, the lights are going to go out at midnight on Friday. The president has made it very clear, give me $5 billion for this wall or the government's going to shut down. Where does Jim Jordan stand on this?
We got to get $5 billion for the wall. This was a central theme, central promise we made the voters in 2016. Everyone knows, just good common sense. We should be able to secure our southern border. We need to stand firm and get that done. And I do think, contrary to what Pelosi has said, I do think there are the votes in the House to get that done. I just hope our leadership puts that bill on the floor, the full $5 billion for the wall.
Do you think your House leadership is behind the wall? Because, you know, in the past, not so much.
I talked to Steve Scalise last week. I know that he is. I didn't get a chance to talk to Kevin or Paul, but I know that Steve is. I think they are. So let's again, this is real simple. Let's just do what we said. Everyone knows we promised a border security wall to secure our southern border. The president was clear, very clear about that last week in the Oval Office. Let's stand with the president and get this done.
One-word prediction, shut down, yes or no?
No.
All right, there you go. Jim Jordan from the great state of Ohio. Sir, thank you very much for joining us live.